impressive. But no.
What do you know? No.
I don't know. We'll see what
Kid.
happens. We'll see what happens. What else is there? Mike, you're not throwing any conversations starters here.
I threw him out in the beginning.
Letting me down. Killing me.
Small.
What?
So,
Oops.
you know, small.
Who's small?
You're killing me, small.
Oh, you're like, I don't know if you're cutting in and out or if you're saying it like this or what.
Oh, I'm probably in and out.
It's probably a little bit of both, yeah. You're killing me, Mike. You're killing me.
Sorry.
So,
Sorry, Ryan.
we keep jumping back. Game of the year.
Game of the year. Probably for me, has to go to.
You can't be biased either. It's been an unbiased decision.
I'm going unbiased. It has to be Mass Effect 3.
Mass Effect 3? Okay, that's an unbiased decision. That's a good decision. I'll see. One game that I really want to play that I think I could throw maybe in there for a game of the year, since I've seen I've seen decent amount of gameplay for it, is Dishonored. I really want to play that game. I think that game was kind of a cool idea.
I don't know if you can really say that your game of the year is a game you haven't played.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I talk about it as like kind of like a contender or something. But okay. See, it's a toss-up for me because all the games I've played have been really, really fun, but like I haven't beaten any of them either. Like I haven't beaten Hitman, Far Cry, Assassin's Creed. So for me to make a game of the year choice, it's kind of rough. It's kind of vague, but you know, I like to say Far Cry 3 because I like Far Cry. You know what I mean? But I haven't beaten the game yet. But I love what they did with it. Like I could do a whole video about how much they did for Far Cry 3 over the other Far Cries and how the changes are really different, how they did a lot to that game, and how it's a really good game. But I could probably do the same thing for Hitman if I would have played their Hitman games. Assassin's Creed 3, I can't say that's game of the year just because, in my opinion, a lot of people are bashing Assassin's Creed 3, and I'm one of the ones that are kind of bashing away because for some reason they changed all the controls around, which was retarded why they changed the controls around from the other games. That's just stupid.
I like the new controls.
I don't like the new controls. It's stupid. I liked how the way they were before. But you know, that game's fun. They put a lot into it, but I mean, it's just an Assassin's Creed game. A lot of people kind of bash the whole idea behind the whole how you have to get through like 4 sequences before you actually get to play as Connor the Assassin. That was kind of stupid.
Yeah, that was.
That was
kind of like in if you remember King Kong.
To be honest with you, I really wanted to play that game, but I never played it.
Like, no, the movie King Kong, you didn't see King Kong till like an hour into the movie.
Yeah, that was a 3-hour-long movie, and they went in segments. You were on the boat, you were in the city and on the boat, and then you got to the island, then you were back in the city.
Yeah.
It was like literally segments of the movie.
I don't know, I didn't like that movie.
It was a good movie, not gonna lie, it was a very good movie. But you had to kind of read into it and kind of get like the actual thing behind it, I guess. I don't know.
I didn't really like it.
It was a decent movie. It was a decent movie, but it wasn't like a really, really good movie. But it was a decent movie. But
so what you're saying is that it was no Dark Knight Rises, but it was a good movie.
Dark Knight Rises was a very, very good movie, but in a way, if you're gonna compare the Batman movies, it's equal to the Dark Knight by far. It's a little bit better, but when you first saw the Dark Knight, you said, "Well, this is the best movie I've ever seen." You saw the Dark Knight Rises, you said that's the best movie I've ever seen.
I think that those two are definitely in my top 5 of all time.
What movies?
Top 5. Probably those two are in the top 3 movies I've ever seen.
What's your top? What's your favorite movie? What's your top movie?
I don't know. It's kind of a toss-up
Between
Dark Knight Rises, Dark Knight, and then I was just thinking about this like a few days ago.
I think about that all the time. My favorite movies and favorite video games.
Your favorite movie?
Armageddon. Unbiased, hands down. Love that movie.
I don't really like that movie too much.
See, some people like it, some people don't. It might have had something to do with the repetitiveness of it, but I really couldn't appreciate that movie. It's a very good movie. I love that movie.
I remember you watched it with me, and you watched it a whole bunch of times.
You cannot. It's just a great movie. I love the movie. And the thing about it, though, people hear about that movie, they say that's a dumb idea, that's not a good movie. They watch the movie, they like the movie. It's a good movie.
Oh, I was
It's a little bit unrealistic, but it's still a good movie.
I was listening, or I forget what I was doing, but I heard this. Someone was like listening to some audio tapes of the director talking to Ben Affleck, and he said, Ben Affleck said to the director, like, wouldn't it be easier for them to train astronauts to be miners, not to train miners to be astronauts? And the director said, if you ever bring that up again, that's a stupid question.
Like, the movie wasn't a bad idea, but, like, they just made it work, and it was a good movie.
Yeah.
You know, like, you can't say it wasn't a good movie, and for the time it came out, they freaking went off the charts. They maxed it out and did as good a job as they could for the technology they had. Like, could you imagine a movie like that now? How good that movie could be?
Yeah. Get the right director, the right actors in.
Like, I mean, if I'm gonna say, see, I don't like talking about a single movie as like, when I talk about my favorite movies ever, like, Armageddon's a standalone movie, but like, when you talk about movies, like, if I were to rate a movie, I'd say the Batman series. Like, Batman Begins I never liked until The Dark Knight Rises. Until I saw that movie, I really appreciated Batman Begins. Really appreciated it, because it tied it together, and it made that movie a really, really good movie. Like, you didn't, you know what I mean? Like, in all honesty,
the ending of The Dark Knight Rises was just fantastic.
Yeah, but like, when you saw The Batman Begins, did you really like that movie?
I thought it was okay.
Well, yeah, it's the same here. I thought it was okay, but it wasn't like off the charts, let's watch it over and over.
Yeah.
And then even when Dark Knight came out, it's still sad. But then Dark Knight Rises came out, and it's like, wow, that movie's a good movie. Like, regardless of whether or not they planned this all out from the beginning, they did a good job. Then like, you have Indiana Jones. That's good. The whole series, it's a good movie. Star Wars, I can't pick a favorite out of it. They're all good. You know, a lot of people bash the ones that the 1, 2, and 3 that they made. I like those. Of course, they were the first 3, but that goes without saying. You know, there's a new Star Wars movie coming out in 2015. People are gonna bash it because it's not enough like the originals. You gotta make improvements. Transformers, that's a big blockbuster.
Yeah.
Like the Avengers, the Superman movies, all those superhero movies, they're all really good. But no, that's all toss-ups. Like, I can't like pick. There's only one movie I can pick for number 1. That's Armageddon. Lord of the Rings, that's definitely in the series. That's like my number 2. Can't beat it.
Yeah, that's true.
Corey's never seen it.
Corey's never seen them all?
He's never seen Lord of the Rings.
I thought he did.
He's never seen it. He's not American.
No, I thought he saw those.
There's something.
He didn't see like another one.
There is something else to do.
He
didn't see
Star
that
Wars.
made him un-American. I forget what it was.
He saw Star Wars. He didn't see Lord of the Rings. That's what it was.
Yeah, there was something else too we were talking about. I was talking about this with him actually. It might have been in school or something. We were talking about something. And there was something else that he didn't do that made him un-American. I forget what it was. It was big.
His butthole.
It was big too. So, crap. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Okay, moving on. Pirates of the Caribbean. That's a good movie series thing.
That's true.
I don't rate by like the movie itself. I rate by the series in a way. Cause like, if I were to pick one of the Pirates movies to be my favorite, I'd pick At World's End. But it's only because every single movie they built up and built up. You know what I mean? Else you go. Like the first one was so good, you gotta do better. The second one had people coming back. You just gotta build them up, or at least attempt to build them up. So it's kind of like a movie thing, I guess you could say, because you got to keep building up to keep people interested. You know what's a good movie that I just recently saw? maybe like a month ago. I bought it and saw it. Inception. It was a good movie.
Was it? I've never seen it.
Good movie. It's got a good story behind it. Like, it's actually more story-oriented than you'd think.
I heard that it was really confusing.
It could be confusing if you let it. Like, I think I'm really good at understanding like video game stories and like movie stories. Like, I can comprehend it, you know.
Mhm.
I saw Dark Knight Rises. The whole Batman thing came together. It made complete sense. Everything made sense. And like, when you see Inception, I kind of got it the first time through. I understood the story and everything. If I watched it again, I'm sure I'd get it even better.
Connor?
Yeah.
The Expendables, that's a good movie. The second one was really. Did you see the second one?
The Expendables? I haven't seen the second one now.
Did you see the second one?
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I gotta go buy that. I can't wait till I turn 17. I'm gonna go out and spend like $1,000 or like $100 on movies.
Isn't the Expendables 2 only PG-13?
It's R. That's R. I have to go buy the Bourne Ultimatum too. I haven't seen that one either. The Bourne series is very, very good. I really want to see the new one. I'm so mad I didn't get to see it in theaters. Disappointed about that. The Hobbit too. I want to see that in theaters too. That's the movie I gotta see in theaters.
Yeah, that's true.
I gotta get around to seeing that sometime. I gotta hook something up with somebody. I don't know. What else is there? I like that though. The Bourne movies. Have you seen any of those?
I saw like the third one and it was really confusing.
It's not confusing. Well, actually, to be honest, the Bourne movies are confusing. You have to watch them all. You have to understand it. That's one of those like in-depth story movies.
Yeah. Well, I started at Ultimatum.
Yeah, you can't do that. You gotta.
Yeah.
It's better to
It didn't make any sense.
because like Ultimatum ties off the Jason Bourne thing. And kind of it kind of makes way for like a new character, which they did in the Ultimatum one, or not the Ultimatum one, the new one, the Legacy.
Yeah, I basically had no clue what the balls was going on through the whole movie.
It's a great movie. It's a great series. You really should watch it. And the best thing about it, I think it was based off a book too.
Yeah, it had some good, like, it had good potential when I thought, but it just made no sense.
You just didn't
I
understand.
hadn't seen any of the other ones.
That was like a movie where like it was actually a story oriented movie.
Something's
Like
happened, Desmond.
movies, there's some movies out there that are like story oriented, like Lord of the Rings kind of.
Where?
Like the last 3 Star Wars movies, the first 3 Star Wars movies. Like you'd have to have watched the first one for the next one to make sense.
There's more.
You know?
Yeah.
Trying to think of what other movie there was. The Matrix. You have to watch the Matrixes in order for them to make sense. You catch one
I
of them.
haven't really.
You've never seen
really
the Matrix.
seen-
How have you not seen the Matrix?
I've seen the Matrix. Like I've probably seen the whole movie in parts,
hmm
but some parts of it I saw when I was really little, so it doesn't really make sense.
to be honest with you, I just recently watched the whole series, like, I think 3 months ago, maybe. My dad was really surprised I didn't see it, and I was surprised too. That I didn't
Like,
it's a great series. It's a great trilogy.
I know that it's like in the future,